Three things. The first, security. At the end of the day, the reader needs to precisely identify the user who's trying to unlock the door in a way that can't be spoofed or imitated. Convenience. The unlock experience happens so many times for so many people. We need to make it fast, easy, and intuitive. And last, craftsmanship. A reader is one of the most visible pieces of electronic hardware in a commercial building. It needs to look great, elevate the design of the space, hold up to the elements, and function perfectly for many, many years. We started our journey to make a world-class reader 4 years ago with the launch of our very first door reader, the AD31. We learned so much from this reader, and we put all of those learnings into a new design, the AD32, which we launched a couple years later. Our learnings from the AD32 gave us an internal revision, new components, and we launched the AD33. These readers, in the last 4 years, have unlocked doors billions of times, and our customers absolutely love them. Now, of course, our access control system works with third-party readers. But the vast majority of the time, when a customer buys our access control, they're also using our reader to get the magical end-to-end Verkada experience. To date, we've sold 144,000 readers, and 73% of the doors we're access controlling are with the Verkada reader. Which is why I'm thrilled to tell you about the next milestone in our journey to push the frontier on security, convenience, and craftsmanship. And that is our 4th generation AD34 door reader. Give it up for the AD34. So the first thing you're going to notice about the AD34, it's beautiful. It looks amazing next to any door. It's got a sleek, modern, industrial design that really elevates the architecture of the entryway. That also gives us a very flexible form factor. In its narrowest form, the AD34 can be mounted on any mullion door frame. If you want to mount to a wall or a single gang box, just use the included backplate. And brand new, for our most discerning customers, we're offering an upgrade. A black anodized aluminum metal backplate that looks fantastic next to any door. Now, shifting gears to security. We understand the criticality of global security standards, which is why the AD34 implements the open standard of OSDP v2 for encrypted communication between the reader and the access controller. When it comes to credentials, the AD34, like our previous generation readers, supports both low-frequency prox cards and our high-frequency, ultra-secure Verkada Desfire EV3 badges. But we've completely reworked the antenna design of this reader, and we have tripled the physical credential badge scan performance. Now let's talk about convenience. When it comes to convenience, Bluetooth unlock is incredible. Our customers love it. You have the credential that you always have with you anyway, your phone, which gives you an ultra-secure unlock experience as you walk up and the door magically unlocks. But the limitation with Bluetooth is that it has no sense of direction, just proximity. And so if there were someone sitting at a table next to the door, too close, or maybe even walking on the other side of the reader, there is a chance that they might accidentally, unintentionally unlock that door. Which is why we are putting a brand new technology in the AD34 to enable what we're calling Intent Unlock. Intent Unlock is powered by a sensor that is most commonly found in autonomous vehicles for precise depth object detection. It's called a time-of-flight sensor. At a rate of 15 times a second, the device emits a pulse of infrared light. That infrared light reflects off of nearby objects, like a hand, a body, a car, and goes back into the reader. Now, by measuring the time of flight of that light from the object and then the reflection back, And knowing the constant speed of light, we can calculate the precise depth of that object and use it to give us our intent detection. We've made intent detection completely configurable. So what you just saw in that animation is what we call approach and wave. And I'll show it to you on this door. With my phone in my pocket, I can be right next to the door. I can walk behind the door. This door is not going to unlock until I express intent with a wave. Now we have a lot of presets to choose from. Another is drive up. We use this in our garage in San Mateo and absolutely love it. The intent detection is set to look for a car. And as you pull up, the gate automatically opens for you. And we have every possible preset in between, or if none of these work for you, complete configurability to set your Bluetooth threshold and your intent detection. So there you have it, our 4th generation AD34 shipping now for $349. Now, I have another announcement for you. Let's say you have a door where you need a bit of extra security. You want there to be a second factor, a badge and a PIN code. I'm excited to announce our very first door reader with a keypad. The AD64. So the AD64 has all of that same technology that we put into the AD34, in addition to these gorgeous silver anodized aluminum buttons. Now, it may sound easy to make a button. It is no simple feat. We tried hundreds of different materials, mechanical button constructions, force depression curves. There are pictures of Philip walking around our lab, pushing on 30 different button samples, telling us which one feels the best, to get that perfect, crisp, predictable button feeling. And that's what we've got in the AD64. The AD64 ships October 7th for $599. So there you have it, our 4th generation readers, the AD34 and the AD64. Now, in addition to readers, we have some exciting announcements for you around credentials. And for that, it's my pleasure to introduce Miran, our senior product manager.
Thanks, Jake. We're extremely excited about our new readers and all their amazing capabilities. But unlocking the door has 2 aspects to it. The reader that you just heard about, and credentials. You know, the thing you present to the reader to unlock the door. I'm here to shift gears and talk about credentials. Today at Verkada, we support 5 unique credentials, or 5 ways to badge into a door. Number 1, cards and forms. I believe everyone in the audience has one of these. Every Verkada employee does, thanks to Will. Number 2, a key code to use with our latest generation of keypad readers. Number 3, license plates. So license plate unlocks, the way I get into office every single day. Number 4, remote unlock on both Verkada Command and Verkada WhatsApp. And number 5, and our favorite, Bluetooth unlock. This is going to get even better with our latest generation of readers. Today on Access Control, we support 2.8 million users using 3.6 million credentials. And as Jake mentioned, we're building Access Control with 3 things in mind: security, convenience, and craftsmanship. I'm going to focus on the first 2 today. Let's dive into security. What you see behind me is our EV3 card. Let's take a look under the scenes. There are 2 components to every EV3 card. A low-powered NFC chip that is always asleep, and an antenna to exchange radio information. Let's see how this works with our readers. Our readers are always listening for a card. And when a card is brought close to the reader's signal generates enough power to power the antenna, which in turn powers the NFC chip in the card. a true wireless powering experience. Now with everything powered up, let's talk about the exchange. The readers and credentials enter a back and forth challenge response key exchange to ensure you're the right person in the right place at the right time. No card sniffing can mimic this transaction, which is what makes it secure. We have brought this EV3 security to your cards, and I'm happy to announce we're bringing this to an all-new form factor. Fobs. These fobs are optimized with antennas to work best with our latest generation of readers. These are going to be available in packs of 50 for an MSRP of $599, available in October. Moving on to convenience. What is more convenient than having your mobile credential in your mobile device? We have transitioned into adopting mobile without Bluetooth unlock and have over 150,000 active users unlocking with Bluetooth every single day. And we're here to embrace the move to mobile by announcing the very same EV3 security now available with mobile NFC on both Android and iOS devices. And on iOS, I'm extremely excited to announce a special partnership with Apple. The Apple Wallet team is here in the audience today, and we have a breakout session with them tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. You should all attend that. But let me talk about some of the features that we unlock with this partnership. We decided to partner with Apple as they embrace our philosophy of security and convenience. On the security side, Tap to Unlock with built-in EV3 encryption ensures you have the same level of security used for payments on Apple Wallet with access control. And additionally, organizations can choose whether users need to unlock their phones before gaining access to a DAO, allowing us to leverage Apple's state-of-the-art biometrics to secure your buildings. On to convenience. No more printing, distributing, and replacing physical badges. With Apple Wallet, your iPhone and Apple Watch are now your employee badge. Forgot your phone? No problem. Tap in with your Apple Watch. And if your phone runs out of power, also no problem. With reserve power, you can badge in for up to 5 hours after your phone has run out of juice. Isn't that incredible? As you can imagine, to partner with Apple, organizations need to show a lot of attention to the small details. Let me show you what that looks like at Verkada. We tested 1,000 different unlock orientations across all your Apple devices and tested for distance and angle you present your device to the reader. We then analyzed those results and optimized our readers to ensure you have the best and most seamless entry experience. That's just the Verkada way of bringing a product to market. Mobile NFC costs $199 and will be available in packs for 20 users starting today. But we think everyone in the audience should be able to trial this experience for yourself. So, number one, if you all reach under your seats, you'll find an envelope with a free license that you can take back to your organizations and trial up to 20 users. That's not all. Number two, you should have all received an invitation to download your very own Verkada One Pass app and mobile badge, which you can take to the access control room and test this experience out for yourself as early as today. So today, we launched our latest generation of readers, our EV3 credentials and our mobile credentials. My colleagues and I at Verkada are building the most administrator-friendly experience for all of you. But we're also hyper-focused on making that experience for your end user absolutely delightful. Thank you.
Hello everyone. everyone. Hello. I'm the engineering manager of the Verkada guest team. I joined Verkada almost 7 years ago now. Time flies when you're building good products, right? Today, it is such an honor standing here to talk to you about the Verkada guest products. Verkada Guest was launched almost 2 years ago. Like Philip has mentioned, since then, we have checked in over 9.5 million visitors. 9.5, almost 10 million. To give you a sense how much is that, it is almost the amount of visitors each year to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Among all the visitors, our customers have requested over 3.5 million background checks. And when that happens, Verkada Guest's product would look for any matching criminal records and send them to you for review. Till today, over 4,000 individuals have been denied visits because we flagged them. Those are 4,000 chances which could have been a threat to our customers. And that's how we keep the bad guys out. But it's not only about keeping the bad guys out. Verkada Guest is often the first contact point your customers have with your company. And of course, you want them to have a good first impression of you. That's why we want to make sure our checking experience is secure, seamless, and delightful. This year, we launched so many new features to do that. I'll give you a couple examples. First, Approve List. With Approve List, now you can allow your frequent visitors to pre-register online, and your admins can verify their identities in advance. So when they actually come on site, they can check in faster than ever. Second, FastPass. With FastPass, it just works like your digital boarding pass when you go to the airport and check into your flight. Now, with Verkada Guest Pass, your frequent visitors can download the digital pass to their phone through Apple Wallet or Google Wallet. And next time when they come back on site, they can check in by simply scan their QR code. And third, FacePass. Now, we also utilize AI to help make the experience better. With FacePass, you can allow your visitors enable facial recognition. So next time when your visitors come on site, they can check in by a simple scan of their faces. And boom, they are already checked in. Now, those are three of the many ways we make our checking progress smooth and fast. But sometimes you might want to slow down a little bit. You might want to ask your visitors some more information. For example, if we're in a factory, we might need to ask them if they have all the safety equipment with them today. Or sometimes you might need your visitors to check out the safety video before they can come into your buildings. Now, with Verkada Guest, you can upload your safety video to our system. So we will make sure your visitors watch all the safety videos before they can come into your building. Now, that helps keep them safe and keeps you in compliance. Now, those are many of the new features to keep our checking experience secure, seamless, and delightful. What's next? We have even better news for you. We just did a major overhaul of the admin configuration page. So now, you can customize your checking steps to fit exactly what you need. To show you what I meant, let's welcome our engineer, Rich, to demonstrate. These are the heroes behind the scene. the familiar guest homepage. Imagine now we're in a factory, and we might need to configure a new guest type so that you can welcome your visitors for a factory tour. So we do that by going to the settings page, and then navigate to the guest types, manage guest types. This is all the existing guest types you would have. Now we can create a new guest type, or go to the existing factory tour. So this is the brand new page. In this page, you can see exactly each step under the checking steps that your visitors would go through when they check in. Now this is only one step for now, the full name. We can click the add step. You can see there's many steps. Contact info, secure screening, badge photo. You can do as many as you want. And when you add steps, you can even reorder them to however the order you want. Now, this is the good part, the questionnaire step. With the new questionnaire step, now you can add a new questionnaire, or we can go into this existing one, factory tour questionnaire. We have previously added a couple of questions here. So for example, if you want to ask them if they have all the safety equipment with them today, you can ask the first question, and if their answer is no, means they need to borrow safety equipment perhaps, you can go and configure the branch. So in this follow-up question, you can ask, what do they need to borrow? Now, if we go back to the top level, you can keep adding more questions, as many as you want. Now with the questionnaires configured, this is the exciting part. We can also configure the badges based on the questions, the answers they added. So let's add a role here and configure the border style based on how they answer the question, do they have the safety equipment with them today? If their answer is no, we can add a red border, for example, so that they can be identified from far away, so you know they need to borrow something. Now, with the badges configured, our guest types configured too. We can go to the video and check out how your visitors would interact with our product. Let's switch back to the videos. And now, when your visitors come in, they select the guest type and type in their full name or whichever steps they have. And now they answer the questionnaire. And perfect. They do need to borrow some equipment. Now, looks like they're successfully checking. With this, a beautiful badge would be printed out for them. Thank you, Rich. I'm so excited. Thank you. I'm so excited for you to try out all these new features. Thank you.
And I lead the intercom product here at Verkada. You might remember me from last year. We had just launched the product. We were waiting to see how the market would respond. And I'm thrilled to share that that response has been tremendous. Over 4,000 customers have bought our intercom today. That's 1 in every 6 Verkada customer. We've also sold a ton of devices. Over 14,000 intercoms in just the past 18 months. And the impact has been truly phenomenal as well. Every single day, our intercoms place over 120,000 calls, which means there's a call every second. And to put that in another perspective, we admit enough people to fill the largest stadiums in the world. Maybe I should tell Kathleen Lanier that she should use this at the Super Bowl. And why has that been the case? Well, simply put, we have the best intercom on the market. It's an amazing intercom with sharp video and clear audio. It's a fully functioning Verkada security camera with built-in storage of all of the great features that the camera's team has built. You can use it as a door controller in conjunction with a badge reader. And of course, a powerful talk-down speaker. No other intercom on the market can do this out of the box. We also have a number of different flexible receiving options to take calls from anywhere. You can take calls from any desktop with Verkada Command. Unlock doors on the go with Verkada Pass, and even use your existing telephone system. We support any use case or workflow. One of the areas of continued investment has been to make it easier for our customers to understand how the product is being used so that they can better secure their doors. Our new dashboard UI makes it super simple to understand what traffic you've seen. And if you want to see the specifics of any call, Global Events allows you to see a recording from the intercom, as well as footage from a nearby camera and a map of where the action happened. We also provide transcriptions of every single call. These transcriptions have gotten so good, in fact, that customers are just using them to understand what happened during a call, as opposed to actually listening and watching the entire video. We recently took this a step further with AI transcript search. Now with AI transcript search, you can search a word like delivery, and we'll be able to surface results even if the word deliver or delivery was never said. We know that things like UPS and DoorDash relate to delivery, and we'll give you those results. However, at the end of the day, what matters the most is that the person outside can reach someone inside who can let them in. The fundamentals matter to us. Call quality matters to us. How fast you can make a decision to let that person in matters to us. No one should be left out standing in the cold. And so today we're excited to announce a major update to how calling works that will dramatically improve the intercom experience. Let's start with video. When that intercom button is pressed, you'll get a call on your phone on Verkada Pass. When you answer, the call will get connected and the video will begin to load. And after a few seconds, you'll be able to see who's outside. The time it takes from when you answer to when the video loads is critical. This video playback time is so essential because most people don't begin talking until they can see who they're talking to. In some cases, this can take more than 5 seconds, in which time the person outside is awkwardly standing, wondering what's happening. I'm excited to share that we brought this number down by a lot. We can now load video in less than a second. And this is actually in the worst 1% of cases. And on average, the majority of cases, the video will load instantly the moment you answer the call. Next up, you thought, that's great. Next up, audio. The human voice goes from about 100 hertz to 8,000 hertz. And the codec that we use to encode all this information is G711, which only captures part of that spectrum. And while it's an industry standard, it's been around for decades, it doesn't capture all the nuance and the richness of human voice. So honestly, it kind of sucks. I'm excited to share that we now support a new codec, Opus, that supports the full range of human voice for much better vocal clarity. Now everyone will be heard crystal clear and be easily understood. These updates will be available for Verkada Pass on iOS and Destination starting next month. And because this is Verkada, this update will be free for all Intercom customers. This is only possible because we have end-to-end control over the entire system, from the hardware and firmware to our clients on web and mobile. We squeezed a lot out of our existing system, but sometimes, at the end of the day, the hardware needs to be upgraded as well, which is why today I'm excited to share the next step forward for Verkada Intercom. Let's see it. The TD53 was redesigned from the ground up. We took all of the learnings from our first generation TD52 and put it in this device. We're now using an anodized aluminum body with crisp lines and a silky finish that will make this intercom the envy of any front door. It also has a circular button, making it much easier to find and even more delightful to press. When mounted on the surface of a wall, it's thinner, much thinner, almost a third thinner, giving a much more modern profile. And when mounted in the sub-flush configuration, We've also completely redesigned the microphone assembly. We're using components with much less distortion and have doubled the number of microphones. We've upgraded the DSP, or digital signal processor, as well. It's now AI powered, which means that it does a much better job of suppressing background noise like traffic or the wind. With these microphone and DSP improvements, we're also able to perform adaptive beamforming, which means the microphone can focus and pinpoint audio pickup on the visitor and ignore all the surrounding noise. But don't take my word for it. Let's see how this all comes together in a video. Hi, welcome to Verkada.
Sorry, it's really loud out here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Come on in.
Awesome, thank you.
That was awesome, and I just want to call out, that was the real audio. No edits, no funny business. It's really that good. So next up, let's talk about the camera. We've updated the image sensor to give you even better low light performance. Now you can clearly identify who's outside during a call, but also be able to see people of interest when you're using the intercom as a security camera. And on that point, we've doubled the onboard storage to 512 gigabytes, which means that now we support high quality video on motion in addition to calls. And what that means is the intercom now is at parity in terms of adaptive quality with all of our cameras. We heard from a lot of you guys that the intercom camera is an attractive target for vandalism. We've seen countless devices where that camera's been bashed in or scratched out. And this is super annoying, but also poses a security risk. We wanted to make it as easy as possible to replace the camera. With the TD52, that meant replacing the whole device. However, with the TD53, we have a replaceable lens cover that will make restoring the camera a piece of cake. At the bottom of the device, you'll find our 90 decibel speaker, loud enough for any urban environment. And for those eagle-eyed members of the audience, you may have noticed an icon at the bottom of the speaker. What that indicates is the newest addition to our intercom, an integrated badge reader. Now you're able to scan your credentials directly on the intercom without a separate reader. No more cabling or mounting, you get a much cleaner install. We'll support 5 different ways of granting access: low and high frequency cards and fobs. Mobile NFC credentials like Apple Wallet and Android NFC. Remote unlocks via our mobile clients like Verkada Command. And Bluetooth unlocks with Verkada Pass. And because this includes the latest and greatest from all the stuff that Jake and Miki just shared, it includes Intent Unlock, which will make the Bluetooth unlock experience magical. And we know no two doors are exactly the same. They come in all shapes and sizes, which is why we have a number of versatile mounting options for every install case. From rain hoods to angle mounts, conduits and goosenecks, we've got you covered. The TD53 video intercom reader is the most complete intercom on the market. It has a number of meaningful updates, from an integrated badge reader to an upgraded camera sensor to a completely redesigned microphone system. The TD53 will be available for $17.99 at the start of next month. The best intercom on the market just got better, and I can't wait for you to try it out. I do have one more thing though. We know that the TD53 is not perfect for every install case. Sometimes space is limited, and sometimes you have a PIN code that you need to grant entry. Well, we have the answer to that too. That's it. spaces like a door mullion or spaces at a premium. The TD63 has all the upgrades of the TD53 with a built-in keypad for PIN code entry and multi-factor authentication. The TD53 and 63 are available for $17.99 and $19.99 respectively, and will be available at the beginning of next month. The TD33 will be available a little bit later at the end of November for $14.99. So this is how our intercom offering looks today. We have 3 new form factors that are perfect for every install case we have. A major overhaul to our calling pipeline that will make the intercom experience even better. And software updates that continue to get more powerful so you can better secure your entrances and your gates. And we're just getting started. Thank you so much.
We're going to be doing something a little bit different today than the other product presentations. We don't normally share our product roadmap publicly. Actually, what I'm about to share, basically all of the Verkada employees is being new to them. But because you made the time to come out here, and you're all our most valuable partners, champions, and customers, I want to give you a first ever behind the scenes look at our upcoming products for alarms that we'll be launching later this year. Now, Verkada's been in the alarms business for about 3 years, and we've had the privilege to serve over 9,000 customers. Talking to these folks, we've learned about the headaches that still exist in this business today. And, naturally, we went to work to build products to solve those headaches and serve even more customers. And we're at this amazing time where we have products in hand that we can share with our customers for beta testing. So I thought there'd be no better way to actually show you what we built than going through an actual beta installation, starting with Marin Country Day School. It's this beautiful sprawling campus in Northern California, about 11 buildings. We went into this building to replace their old alarm system. It was a pretty classic setup. You know, they had 2 floors, but it's really just some motion sensors, some burglar sensors on doors, and a keypad going into their panel and expander, and they had some batteries. Now, I want to start just by looking at the panel that we replaced and comparing it to our panel. So actually, we brought it to you. Let's bring the panel out and show you what we had. No better thing than demonstration, straight from their wall. This panel will look very familiar to all of you. It has, I like to think the technical term is a rat's nest. And the rat's nest can occur even with a few sensors. It's actually kind of wild thinking about it. And I want to explain, first of all, before we talk about how we fixed it, how the rat's nest can happen. Let's just look at an average panel. Typical alarm panels split their terminals into power and data blocks. Right? So if you have a motion sensor, which has 4 wires, 2 of them will go into the power block, and 2 of them will go into the data block. This looks fine, right? But if you're like Marin Country Day School, or really any other customer, you're going to need multiple sensors, right? Maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 motions, right? You're also going to need some doors. People have doors, so you need 2 of those. And you can see exactly how the rat's nest starts to happen. All the power wires are shared on 2 little screws in this terminal, right, for all the motions. And they're even sharing ground screws in the data terminal. And the door sensors aren't spared either. They're still sharing ground screws within the data terminal as well. And don't forget, you also need a keypad. So, how do we solve the rat's nest problem? I'm going to share, excuse our engineering tape, this is a behind-the-scenes look at our actual products, but I think it's really important to show you what we're building in our lab. This is the PCB of our alarm panel with a beautiful chassis over it. I'm going to show you first how we solve wiring up your sensors. Our panel comes with 32 direct inputs for wired sensors. And the beauty of these things is we're combining those power and data terminals into 1 terminal per sensor, which means that when you wire a given sensor, you have 12-volt auxiliary power and 4-wire optionality for any given sensor. And you can already see here, that is a way more beautiful approach to wiring than anything else, and it comes out fantastic. But it's not limited to the sensors. You also need devices. So we added in 4 RS-485 outputs. They have the same wiring scheme as our sensors. Each has its own dedicated terminal and connector structure, and it really makes just adding in those keypads and expanders very clean, very straightforward, and intuitive. Now, I actually want to geek out a little bit on the connectors. This is new for our panels and new for alarm panels, I think in general, is this sort of plug out and plug in connector structure. Makes it super easy if you want to swap zones, if you want to troubleshoot, if you want to rewire. I can tell you personally, this is miles better than unscrewing some little screws on a panel and trying to figure out which wires go to which zone. Love these connectors. But we could stop there. Instead, we decided to add a PoE switchboard to our panel. This PoE switchboard is future thinking for us. We want to support modern buildings that might have non-traditional wiring, like Ethernet cabling, and we also want to be able to support other Verkada PoE devices, like our camera. So not only will support alarm PoE devices, you can also hook up whatever, tickles your fancy within the Verkada ecosystem. So, we're talking about wiring. How do we solve that? I added a diagram. Who doesn't like a diagram? Here is our Verkada panel. I'm going to show you one motion sensor attached here. Very straightforward, but I really want to hammer this point home. When you consolidate these wires, it creates such a clean experience overall, no matter how many sensors you add, right? If you have the motions that you need from Marin Country Day School, maybe you even have those door sensors, right? You have a keypad, you have a PoE device. How does this look? It looks very clean. And more than that, it makes troubleshooting easier, and it makes ripping, replacing, and installing your new system and moving away from that older system much, much easier. I love hammering points home, so I'm going to look at the old panel for just a second. The rat's nest. I'm going to compare it to our other panel. Contrast is a little high here, but look at it actually, every time I go into our lab, it actually starts to well up and starts to tear up. It's such a beautiful experience. I can't wait to see how this improves the lives of our customers and partners, just saving the headaches and the time. But that's just wiring, right? I want to go in, last look at this panel, right? We'll stay on the stage, but last look here. Remember that old battery they had? Pretty standard stuff. You're probably familiar with this. Classic SLA battery. You'll get 50 watt hours on this thing, 4 to 6 hours if the actual power goes out, and that will keep your panel running. It's pretty inexpensive, but the problem is it doesn't last that long. And if you keep it around long enough, it actually just starts to emit a yellow, noxious gas that's very toxic. So we wanted to solve the battery issue. First in our panel, we added 2 ports for plug-and-play installation of our new lithium iron phosphate batteries. This is the 21st century battery. This is the Tesla of batteries. These things have 3 times the energy density of traditional SLA batteries. They can keep your panel running for dozens of hours in the event of outage. And on top of that, you can see the state of health and the status of charge on the actual chassis itself. It's beautiful. I never thought I'd say that about a battery. But you also have to worry about internet outages. So we added an integrated port on our panel for our new LTE communicator. This thing is really great because you only need 1 per panel, and it covers your entire site and any devices or sensors that are connected to that panel. It has multi-carrier SIM with automatic failover, and it's just really robust with this plus the battery for full reliability of your systems in case of outage. So you might say, Clayton, great, it's a wonderful panel. You've really built it out fully and robustly. That must be it, right? No, we are missing one key ingredient: wireless connectivity. You've probably asked yourself, the discerning eye might have seen this errant third antenna. What is that? This is our sub-G antenna that comes standard with every alarm panel in our new version. It can connect to up to 60 wireless devices and with just the panel alone. Now, I believe that with this device, we have the most powerful alarm panel on the market. I am so excited to get this into our customers' hands and our partners' hands. This will make the reliability of your system so much easier. It will make the wiring of your system so much easier. And for me, as a biased way, the bias actor, it will make the replacement of your old systems that much easier. So, a little round of applause. Hey, this is really fun. That was really good. Our team works so hard on this, I'm so happy to see it, but admittedly, a panel does not an alarm system make. The thoughtfulness with which we approached our panel, we also applied to the entire system that's necessary to support any site of any size. I want to start with the expander that we'll also be launching. This can help you connect to faraway distant sensors. It can connect specifically to 8 wired sensors, an output relay, and we also added a sub-G system to connect up to 60 wireless devices. No other expander on the market does this. This is the top-of-the-line expander with the same form and function and wiring functionality as a panel. We also want to give our customers and partners the ability to manage their site locally. Big thing with alarms. We've refined our touchscreen keypad So not only can you arm and disarm, you can easily see the status of all devices and sensors that are connected to your site, as well as connected to the touch screen keypad itself, because it has a sub-G system that can also connect to 60 wireless sensors. On top of that, we have an RS-45 and PoE port that connect back to the panel. And on top of that, we also have a really wonderful customizable screen that can just deeply integrate into the aesthetics of whatever site you're deploying at. Out of sight, out of mind. And finally, we've also refined our wireless hub. So now you can connect for large wireless or far wireless deployments. Our new hub, which will also allow, in addition to connecting to 60 wireless sensors, a backup battery, which will allow for future wireless repeating capabilities. Taken together, I believe we created a system that can truly support any site of any size and is the best alarm system on the market. But you should not take my word for it, you should get reviews. So, we asked our creative team to give us some early recordings of some customer interviews from our beta program. Rain Country Day School, luckily, had already been filmed, and I want to give you Spencer's real take on how his system has improved his site relative to his old system. So let's play the video here. It's pretty raw, and I'm
Hi,
on this
I'm
one.
Spencer Roberts, the Director of School Safety at Marin Country Day School. Verkada Alarms gives me absolute peace of mind and lets me focus on all of my other priorities. For the first time, I don't have to worry about my alarm system. The great part about Verkada is we could just come in and put in the Verkada panel and use the existing wiring and just replace some of the devices, and then we're good to go. Verkada keypads were a night and day difference, not just for me, but more importantly, the employees that are using it day in and day out. Truth be told, our previous keypads, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, kind of scared people, punching in the wrong codes or doing something wrong. Wireless expanders and wired hubs have been huge in terms of deployment on a typical school campus like ours. Our previous low voltage system was in some buildings but not others, and the flexibility that Verkada gave us is unrivaled. We were able to use wired expanders and take over existing low voltage, and in buildings that didn't have it previously, we're able to just use the wireless hubs, and we get the best of both worlds of securing our whole campus with one system.
Awesome. Thank you. And we don't have time to get on this, but at launch, the last linchpin of our strategy to become the best provider of robust alarm systems on the market is the deep and native integration with the broader Verkada ecosystem. There'll be more to learn from that. In the meantime, if you would like to participate in our beta program, come see me. I'm going to be out milling around the booths, or talk to your Verkada representative. We'll get you on the wait list. Thanks so much, everybody.
Please welcome back Philip Collison.
So exciting to see the preview of alarms, and I'm not good at keeping secrets, so it was very hard for us to keep quiet about what we're building, and I'm glad we showed you the preview of the hardware portion of alarms. There's a lot more coming on the software side of alarms, and so stay tuned for that later this year. So more coming in alarms, and you can imagine the integration of some of the earlier things we talked about, the AI technology, the integrations, everything coming together in this product. Next up, I wanted to shift gears to our Safety Champion Awards. So, as you know, for many years now, our mission has been to protect people and places, and to do so in the most privacy-sensitive way possible. And of course, I love this mission because it's not just our mission as in Verkada's, it's collectively all of our mission. This mission brings all of us together. So we introduced a concept of Safety Champion Awards to reward those customers who really forward that mission in the real world. And so with this, I wanted to welcome Steve Kamsey, who's the first recipient of one of our Safety Champion Awards. Steve, come on stage. Congratulations, Steve. Steve is with the Salvation Army. At just one out of their 47 locations, they provide shelter to 185,000 nights worth of shelter in one location every year. So fantastic work. Thank you for that. Next up, we've got Jamie Loosatter. Jamie, you're up on stage. Jamie, congratulations. Jamie is at La Cañada College, and she routinely works with Homeland Security and FBI to take the best knowledge from their trainings and bring that knowledge over to school safety. Thank you, Jamie. And last but not least, let's welcome Lieutenant Ben Jones from Winston-Salem Police Department. Congratulations. Lieutenant Ben Jones has one of the most integrated systems using also our cameras. My team visits Winston-Salem to see the deployment, and every time they come back, they tell me how epic and awesome the deployment is. And I look forward to making out there myself. So one more round of applause for all of our safety awards. So with that, I wanted to thank you. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break now, and then we'll come back for our keynote speaker. Thank you.